Thank you all for the invitation to be here today. I really appreciate it. It's a beautiful day here in Gatton. My name is Matthew Thomlison. I'm the candidate for Katter's Australian Party here in Wright. Now, like Rod, I'm not a professional politician either. I'm just a stockman. I'm a bloke off the land, and I'm bloody sick of where our country's heading. It's not going to be here in 10 years anymore if we don't do something about it this election. So, one thing I want to talk to you about, and I've been on the campaign trail since January when I was announced. I rode into Bow Desert with Robbie Katter, and the number one question I get asked wherever I go is preferences. Now, I'm here to tell you, and I'm going to burst this big bubble because the major parties use this as a scare campaign for the everyday people to be afraid of conservatives like us. They make out that, you know, Conservative Nationals and all us minor parties, Katter's Australia Party, One Nation, they think we're all sitting in a back room somewhere on election day and we're going to take your votes and put them towards us. Well, to burst that bubble, you as a voter are the only person who has control of where your vote goes. We are legally obligated as a party to provide how to vote cards and name and number each candidate in that election, in that electorate. So those how to vote cards are just a suggestion, plain and simple. It means absolutely nothing. You decide where your vote goes. You number whichever candidate you prefer. Preferences are for the voter. Parties do not own the preferences. It's just a scare campaign to make you afraid of minor parties like us, because I tell you what, we're the pointy end of the stick and we're going to burst the bloody hell out of that bubble in Canberra, I tell you. Bob Katter's been, you know, he's been a politician for a long time now. He was an accountant by trade. He's he's been manning the fort for us down there, fighting for the everyday Australian, for the farmers, for the little guy on the land in the regional communities, the guys that are forgotten by the mob that's sitting here in Brisbane, the mobs that are sitting in Sydney and Melbourne. You know, the farmers are the ones that feed us. We couldn't have a barbecue today without farmers. We couldn't even have the bread without a farmer. We couldn't have the butter. So farmers are integral to our society. And one thing I keep saying to people is just remember, and I'm not going to knock the resources industry. We need the mines for the jobs. It's crucial for our future to have jobs and development for infrastructure. But I keep saying you can't eat coal, you can't drink gas, and you certainly can't wear bloody solar panels. So just remember that on May 18 when you're heading to whichever electorate and voting booth that you're heading off to. Keep in mind, you own your preferences. And thank you all for coming. I really appreciate seeing so many people here. It's good to see so many people passionate about the politics and the future of Australia. We're the greatest nation on earth. Let's look after it. Let's vote Conservative and Katter Party, and we'll look after the Australian people and head us in the right direction. Thank you.